Vegetarianism, the belief that or of not eating or does not eat fish, fowl, or meat, or any substance that derive of animals, such as eggs or cheese, but subsides on vegetables, fruits, grains, nuts, and anything other than of that. This is all religious vegetarianism that has more to it than just a simple health or change or diet. That that there is more to it, more to vegetarianism than I previously thought. And the way that I've discovered that is because of vegetarianism versus meat eating in Asian religions such as Buddhist and Hindu versus then and now. Okay, so Buddhism. Buddhism they have a couple exceptions. They can't eat meat unless it's given to them in their begging bowl. They can deny that meat, however, if they know that it's been killed for them. That if it's one of the 10, horse, man, elephant, snake, leopard, tiger, hyena, bear, those must be refused. And also raw meat and blood must be denied unless in sheer necessary of sickness and life is in danger. I found that in the Buddhist attitude towards meat eating in the Tibet Journal, that Buddha taught and told that his disciples that material food must not be used for pleasure, must not be used for cleanliness, must not be used for indulgence or personal charm. It must be only used for sheer necessity to live. This means you cannot kill, you cannot harm, you cannot eat anything that comes from a living being, which will affect you, the man, and animal alike. This will show you clear lack of compassion towards any animal, and this compassion is in the form of enhyism. Enhyism is the non-harmfulness principle or doctrine of refraining from harming or injuring other sentient beings. After Buddha died, the path of vegetarianism splits into two. Theravada and Mahayana. Theravada were more for the traditional ethical vegetarians, like self-restraint, discipline, renunciation from eating meat, because they saw that you were actually harming and causing a lot of stress to the animal by killing it and eating it. Plus that vegetables and plants don't actually have much as animals do. Mahayana, compared to the self-reliance and discipline, you actually have their whole goal was suffering, freedom from suffering, helping others free themselves from suffering. Thus doing so helps them gain compassion. In gaining compassion, they could go to higher places or lower places depending on how much compassion or lack of compassion you give. Those are davas, which are the realm of the heavenly ones. The Sunas, humans, ghosts, animals, and hell beings. Okay, so that's Buddhist. How about Hindu? Hindu, they have a couple terms. Like to be a vegetarian, you are called a Sakahariya. So the reason why to them they want to be one of them, Sakahariya, is because of 5 reasons. You have divine law, which is Dharma, which is non-harmfulness, that is need for compassion and togetherness with each other. You have karma, which is if you harm, kill, or eat an animal, you will also get the feelings that those animals felt to yourself in a future time. Health, they believe that you were going to live longer, healthier, and more content, plus less diseases. Environment, that the land that a pasture needs is the land that is going to be disappearing because you're just going to waste a entire forest. Plus, you're going to erode the topsoil. You're going to cause a lot of pollution, air and water-wise. And then consciousness, which is also a big one. That you actually, you actually gain grosser chemicals by the emotions of the animals when they're slaughtered, the whole process of how they go from birth to slaughter to being eaten. Like jealousy, anger, fear, terrible fear of death. There's a quote in the Hinduism Today, which is the meat-free life, and in this Vegetarianism in the Mahabharata, that the meat of animals is like the flesh of one's own son, and that the foolish person who eats the meat is the most vilest beings. Okay, so today, the Hindus, they state the course. They're strict because they have two meats: pork, which is unclean, and cow, which is sacred to them. Thus, that means meat is available for them, other meats, which means there is a choice in a way. You don't have to.
Go.
There's a choice, and in this choice, shall conclude that even with that vegetarianism, because this gives you there's choice to your what you can do or how you follow it. To finish, I'm gonna quote that you can judge a man's true character the way that he treats another animal